Strayhorn is our encore.
Hi, everybody. Larry Beckwith here, and I am joined by Andrew Downing, an artistic associate with Confluence Concerts. You are curating the first concert of the Confluence 2020-2021 season, and it's all about the music of Billy Strayhorn. Can you tell us a little bit about who Billy Strayhorn was?
Billy Strayhorn was an American composer, a composer and arranger who worked most famously alongside Duke Ellington in the 40s and 50s, late 30s and 40s and 50s, and was a fantastic musician in his own right. But really, his claim to fame was that he wrote and arranged music for the very busy band, this very busy band of Duke Ellingtons that would tour across the country and around the world. So his name and his music sort of got out through somebody else, through Duke Ellington.
And so what was what were his sort of strengths as a musician and arranger, would you say?
Well, it's really interesting, and maybe we'll sort of dive into this a little bit more later. But one of the things that I find so interesting about Billy Strayhorn is that he was a classically trained pianist, but being a black musician at the time when he was active, it was really hard to break into the classical music scene. So he was really involved with Chopin and Debussy. He really loved so much music that was classical music, but for him to kind of find a voice, he had to work in a genre other than classical music. So he worked in jazz music. The thing about his music that I think is so special is that he incorporates so many of the sounds that I associate with somebody like Claude Debussy, in fact, into jazz music. So his music is really colorful, and it's really kind of harmonically and melodically beautiful and intricate and complex in a certain way. But he works within a genre that is more used to popular songs and things that are a little more accessible for people, and dance music also, like big band dance music. So I feel that he finds a way to bring this really kind of beautiful, complex language into a popular music style. Just through necessity and through opportunity, that really kind of makes this music that is on one side just beautiful and easy, but on the other side quite kind of colorful and complex.
So who is going to be involved in this concert in September?
Well, we have some instrumentalists and we have some singers. So Billy Strayhorn wrote a lot of songs. He also wrote a lot of instrumental music. So we have our singers are Patricia O'Callaghan, Suba Shankaran, Alex Samaras, and Marion Newman, and also Larry Beckwith. And our instrumentalist, we have a fine young pianist named Alexa Belgrave, and a fine young double bass player named Leighton Harrell. And Leighton is actually still one of my students at the University of Toronto, but is a fantastic musician and a really great spirit. So I'm looking forward to working with the two of them. And we also have Alin Homsey is going to play violin, and Drew Jureka is going to play viola, and I'm going to play cello. But in true COVID style, we're trying to keep the numbers down as much as possible. So the way that we're working it is that the vocalists and the pianist and the double bass player will record everything, and then we'll have the strings overdub at home. So in the concert, you'll probably see little boxes at the bottom of the screen when the strings are playing.
As Confluence viewers are getting used to.
Yes, they are.
But so that's wonderful. And you're doing the arrangements for these.
That's right.
For these,
Right.
What kind of, have there been any, as you've done the arrangements, have there been any kind of revelations for you, or confirmations about Strayhorn's talent and?
Yes, and I've been a fan of Billy Strayhorn's music for a long time, and the most jazz musicians know a bunch of Billy Strayhorn songs or instrumental compositions. Most famously, "Take the A Train" is one that he wrote for Duke Ellington's band. So my into it is just having these tunes to play, like to at jam sessions or in concerts where you just kind of play the tune and it's loose and whatever. So sometimes the details of his music don't quite come out in the way that that they might if you studied his recordings or his actual sheet music. So one of the revelations, and this is really just a confirmation, the confirmation is that he is and sort of musically, he's a musical architect of the highest order. The way that his music is constructed, there are all these little details that when you really dive into it, that are so smart and beautiful and consistent and succinct, yet totally colorful. And it's just the way that they're constructed, and you really notice these things while you're arranging. You really notice how the music is built. They are so smart and so organic, but also just very well built. So to arrange them actually becomes a little bit easy because there's the template with which I can work is so just well put together.
That's great. That's wonderful. I just started reading a biography called Lush Life of Billy Strayhorn by a writer called David Hydu, and there's a little transcription in the preface of an interview that Ellington and Strayhorn gave, and it kind of it shows the really, I guess they were really good friends and they worked together really well. And Ellington kind of playfully says at the end of the interview, you know, one of the best things that I do is take a bow for the arrangements of Billy Strayhorn.
Yeah.
And Billy Strayhorn got a laughs as well. So it sounds like Strayhorn was quite a humble guy as well, and that their teamwork was really positive.
Yes, I believe that that's true, and to have somebody like Duke Ellington on your side as a young arranger was the top. It was the best that one could hope for. So it really shows not only his talent but how respectful they were of each other's work.
Well, thank you, Andrew. I'm really excited about bringing this concert and making it the first concert of our season. And really excited about all the recording process that we're going to go through in the next few weeks.
Yep.
And thanks so much for bringing the program to Confluence.
My pleasure.
Billy Strayhorn, Take the A Train, Passion Flower, Chelsea Bridge. Billy Strayhorn, a deep rock.